Almost everyone believes that science and mysticism are complete opposites, but that isn't the whole story. The real divide isn't between science and mysticism at all. It's between honest inquiry and people who pretend certainty where none exists. In this video, we'll see why genuine mystical traditions have far more in common with good science than the pseudo-scientific world of quantum healing, miracle frequencies, and everything is energy. Later, we'll see why that distinction matters when we begin exploring Eastern philosophy. Physics, Consciousness and Reality, Dickie Dredd and Nigel Adams. And we are on part 46 of the video series, and still in chapter 6, Science, Mysticism and Illusion. And today, part 43, When Science is Misused, Mystics, Illusionists and Pseudoscience, part 2. And of course part 1 was the last video. We're not anti-mysticism. In fact, some of the deepest traditions of human thought, Buddhism, Taoism, Vedanta, Sufism, Christian mysticism, are profoundly mystical. They stare straight into the heart of reality and admit it's stranger than we can grasp, and language can only point. That's authentic mysticism. It's disciplined, it's humble, it doesn't pretend to have all the answers. Quantum babble is the opposite. It grabs big words from physics, smears them over vague feelings, and sells the results as secret knowledge. There's none of the rigour of science, and none of the honesty of true mysticism. Where authentic mystics sit in silence and admit the limits of the mind, the pseudoscience peddlers fill the science with energies and frequencies they can't explain. Real mysticism isn't about bypassing reality, it's about confronting it. The Buddha didn't tell people, raise your vibration and the universe will manifest your desires. He told them life is suffering, impermanence is real, self is an illusion, and all that's coming later. Hard truths, not comforting slogans. Taoist sages didn't preach quantum alignment. They spoke of Wu Wei, effortless action in harmony with the flow of reality. Key difference is rigour. Authentic mysticism has practices, meditation, contemplation, ethical discipline, designed to strip away illusions and face reality directly. Quantum pseudoscience has products, workshops, endless memes and hashtags. One aims in liberation from self-deception, the other sells deception as liberation. This matters because the misuse of science and philosophy by the everything is energy crowd doesn't just irritate physicists, like it does me, it drowns out the genuine dialogue between science and spirituality. When serious thinkers point out that perception is an interface, or that space-time may be emergent, or that consciousness might be fundamental, it gets flattened into the universe is telling me to buy more crystals. That cheapens both sides. But authentic mysticism and science can actually meet on common ground. Both admit mystery. Both look for patterns beneath appearances. Both demand patience, discipline and humility. Where they differ is method. Science builds testable models. Mysticism cultivates direct inner experience. They're different paths up the same mountain. So, as we pivot soon into Eastern philosophy, it's worth clearing this ground. We're not talking about energies and vibrations in the Instagram sense. We're talking about traditions that spent millennia dissecting the mind, stripping away illusions, and pointing to what might lie beneath the surface of the self and world. Not quick fixes, but radical reframings. Quantum pseudoscience sells slogans. Real mysticism sells nothing, because there's nothing to sell. Just points out again and again to the simple but sometimes terrifying truth: the world is not what we think it is. Perhaps we've been asking the wrong question. The conflict isn't between science and spirituality. It's between disciplines that challenge our assumptions and beliefs that merely flatten them. The next video will examine the word illusion itself, what it means in science, philosophy and the great Eastern traditions, and why one simple word may change how we think about reality. So we'll still be in chapter 6, Science, Mysticism and Illusion, and we'll be on section 44, the word illusion, science, philosophy and the East.